You know what that means? Fish.
Wow. Immediately started dropping frames. And we bounced like 1,000 latency too in Sim. Wow. Get rewards are purchasing or gifting subs to my channel. What? Brother, you can't even sub yet. Man, you can't stream. Can't stream today. Feels bad. Alright. Sorry, Chad, I tried. That's weird. I don't know why I can't stream anymore. But I can record. Okay, that's gone, that's gone. Boop. Okay.
That's a new fastest lap for Antonio, 117.8. The track temp is decreasing. It's now 92 degrees.
What are we thinking, chat? Medium? I'm not streaming. God damn it. I'm not streaming. I don't have tunes on either. Get some tunes going. You know what I mean? What? Oh, we're still in alphabetical order. Just because I know Doom doesn't get hit. Buzz. Right. These cars start on the hybrid. They don't start on a starter. Hi, doggy. Woof. Woof, 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 woof. Hi, woof. Hello. Hello, dog. Sick.
Pit speed is 40 miles per hour. Okay, the exit's clear. Go, go, go.
Turn down the ARB. Yeah, like a 1.5. Yeah, that sounds good. Do a couple practice laps, and then I'll pause recording, and we'll pick back up in grid. Assuming I can get around T4. Lol.
The exit's clear. Push while you can.
Oh yeah, buddy. Brake bias is way too far forward. That's not my brake bias blind. There we go.
Track temp's falling. It's now 88 Fahrenheit.
You got that corner and got a slow down penalty.
I'll try high down. Boop, 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 green doo. Where's Baba Booey at? Oops.
Alright, Dick, it's clear. Push all you can.
Alright. Oh, you can see my green toe on the mirror. I don't know if you can, but I can. Oh my goodness, there's just no front end in the cold.
Alright, yellow here.
Go right.
Qualifying is going to be interesting. Track time's 88 too, holy smokes. So grip shouldn't be a problem.
Sector 1 is 3.7 off the pace.
Bump. Traffic's gonna suck around here.
Caution here. Sector 2 is 3.0 off the pace. last.
Left side. Clear left.
You're on
Sector
the
3 is 1.3, off the pace.
Got noted.
You cut that corner and got a slow down penalty.
We gotta slow down here or we're gonna get a penalty.
Okie dokie. Still go wide and then carry it out to here. My Steven turned in too early there still. Oh, why is my thing stuttering? What the frick, dude? Some separation to Ethan.
Got good fuel data.
Just stutters. I don't know why. Right there.
Sector 1 is 3.1, off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.2 seconds, off the pace.
You back flat to you.
Lamau.
Sector 3 is 0.9,
Figure out why
off
it's
the pace.
stuttering. So, we'll be back. We'll be back for grid. Okay. Oh, we're not gridding yet, but I'd just like to update you after like 3 or 4 laps, then temperatures get good, and then the car becomes way more drivable and pushable. So we have found some pace. Anyways, we'll be back with grid. See ya. Oh, I figured I would jump in here again. Sorry.
I appreciate that, but just please run the.
Fuck off. To share the updated livery. As you can see, I have a green tail now, and I also have, where is it? Red Bulls on the front arches above the lights. Those are the changes to this livery. The Red Bull and the green lion on the tail. Just figured I would point that out. Okay, okay. Not grading yet, but Nerny, what the heck is this, dude? Really? Anyways, that's the highlight of qualifying. Oh, shnikes, I totally forgot to resume recording, Lamau. I'm glad I caught that. Oh, we've gridded and we're on the pace lap now. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. advanced tire warming.
About to go green. Stay focused.
Get ready. Green's out.
Oh, low stutter. No bueno. Yep,
There's an incident in
Topping,
turn
yep.
6. Looks like it's Matt.
I think you got too much curb.
The next car ahead is car 28.
Away.
Right side. Clear on the right.
There's a wreck in turn 12. Looks like it's Eric.
Oh! Oh! Could not keep her out of the wall. Nope, that's toe.
They're giving us the knee ball. We've got to bring it in.
You'll need to tow back to
Unlucky.
the lane. Press and hold the reset button and we'll come and get you.
Unlucky.
All the damage is repairable.
Better be. No tires. I'll take the fuel, but no tires. Because these tires still have heat in them. Make sense?
The leader's just done a 119.1.
We're done. Get going.
Oops.
Color's fine. No damage to report.
All clear here. Watch the line.
It's so bad that I knew I would wreck here. It's a very technical track, and the cold tires don't like technical tracks.
It's a new quick lap for Antonio. 118.0.
Car into T1, just at the fastest lap. 18.023.
The track temp's decreasing. It's now 86 degrees. 88.
What you gonna do? You know? It is what it is.
That's a new quick lap for Antonio, 117.7.
The car is P1, just set the fastest lap, 17.665.
I think it's just it's a head down situation, and others will make mistakes. So
Looks like the fuel window is going to open on lap 4 and closes on lap 42.
unlucky.
Leader is running 18.018. That's the fastest lap.
58.
Cool. Up.
Track's cooling down. It's now 82 degrees.
Up.
fastest lap for Antonio, 1:17.2.
Car in C1, just set the fastest lap, 17.193.
Up.
Alright, our window's open.
Well, you better close it then if it's not supposed to be open. Come on, Jerry. Debris. Yep, little dirt excursion looks like. Wow.
Get off the radio, dude.
Talking to me?
You've just done a 1:20.2.
Debris. That means that's new. Yeah, 115 is such a good song.
There's an accident in turn 6.
It's here. It's an off track from, oh, okay, never mind.
Thank you for leaving me a lane, Parker.
Got a slower car ahead. They're racing us for position.
Hey, doggo. Hey,
Left
doggo.
side, clear left.
Oh, this track uses a lot of state of
That
charge.
last lap was 120.8. Got a slower car ahead. That's a position if we can get him.
On your right, clear right.
Clear on the right. The lead did a 18.869.
Down. Yep.
There's a slower car ahead. That's a position if we can get it.
Get down on the backstretch, you think?
You've just done a 120.5.
On the infield straight, sorry.
Got a group of slow cars racing up ahead.
On your left, clear left.
Clear on the left.
Who was that making an extra pass?
Got some slower cars racing up ahead.
Car left. Clear left. On your left, clear left.
Clear.
Car left, clear left.
Clear on the left.
Antonio, car number 13, is now in the lead.
Thank you, Max.
Bop. That was too much bop.
Looks like P6 is off in 13. Caution.
No eyes, no eyes.
Got a slower car ahead. They're racing us for position.
I'll get Kyle on the infield straight.
Just run a 120.0. Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. Some slower cars racing up ahead.
Left side. Clear left.
Matt, catching up to you. Gap's down to 5.1 seconds. You're quicker than us into...
On your left. Clear left. Left side. Clear left.
I completely forgot that Toppin was behind us.
Car number 184 is now in the lead.
Who? Not much.
You got some slower cars racing up ahead.
On your left. Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
That lap was a 120.2. Slower car up in front. To position if we can get him. Gap to E9. Hines now 4.5 seconds.
Car right. Clear right.
You're on the right.
Interesting, Nathan.
Car left. Clear left.
Some slower cars in a battle up ahead. Track.
Car right. Clear right.
Clear. Leader is running 18.389.
Car left.
Still there.
Car left. Clear left.
You're on the left.
On your right. Clear right.
You're on the right.
a slower car ahead. They're racing us for position. We need to hold our position here. He's quicker than us entering. Turn 7.
Left side, clear left. Left side. Clear left.
Alright, no worries. Hit your marks. Let's go get them back.
Why are you yelling at me, Jerry? We both locked up the right front. We did the same exact thing. That was awesome.
The guy in front is Matt, car number 50. We're in last.
Damn skippy we are. I think Matt's gotta be running a more forward brake bias. Go up half 8%, see what happens. I'm not gonna lie, I was half expecting to immediately lock up both front wheels.
Slower price leaders are in a battle up ahead.
My fronts are dying, Bono. They're gone. Me tires. Me fucking tires. I kind of forgot that GT3's kind of brake a smidge earlier.
On your left, clear left. On your left, clear left.
Get a slow car up here.
I backed M up to Corey. I'm sorry, M.
Right side, clear right.
That was not intentional.
Maybe I need to migrate forward. Let's try it. This is where
Your
we
last
die.
time was 120.1.
Oh, it's way better. It's way better. Way better.
Thank you, Kyle.
Then he's got Cadillac power down the straight.
P5's wrecked in turn 14.
No way. Oh, it's me.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 7.5 seconds.
Got a slow car up ahead.
Oops.
Showing us a black flag.
You cut that corner. They're going to hold you for a while.
I'm sorry, Martin.
Whoever keeps asking in chat, mandatory 4th tire change.
You've got 3 laps to serve this penalty. Exit's clear, watch the line.
The lead is at 18.021. We've got damage on the back end. You've got damage on the left side.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Martin. I was trying to follow Colin through and keep the pressure on him.
That smells like a penalty. Well, I hope that was enjoyable in the broadcast. I
Got a slower car ahead. The
did
race was for
forget
position.
that pit lane doesn't end at the pit wall when I turned in, which justifies the unsafe pit entry. Gain time illegally is kind of interesting.
Go left.
There's a wreck in turn 12. Pit lane speed limit is 40 miles per hour. Watch your speed here.
Get away to the box. Would you join the broadcast?
Yeah, no, I definitely pick it up. Paul Nye gonna come down pit road, and tell you what, he's coming in pretty hot there. He was not playing it as conservative on the pit access road as some of these guys have, so he may actually stand to gain some time. In the meantime, Brian Metterly, it's been a good race for him so far. He is gonna inherit the lead. Has not come down pit road, and the GTP off the track right in front of him. He's able to get around him without any contact, but that was very, very close.
Who was that?
You know, that was a purple GTP, I believe.
Bechtel?
It may have been. Is that Bechtel?
Yep.
Was it Bechtel?
No, it was not Bechtel. It was
Or was it Bourdon?
I mean, I just went through.
another
There's not another.
purple.
Was it? It was
Maybe it was
Colin
Bechtel.
Bourdon. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
And Colin Bourdon has now towed to pit lane for. Well, you can see it there. Just the rear end has a bit of damage. Not ideal, but Bourdon will drop down the order as
leader,
Emily
Tony,
Milke
is pitting
is
now.
now out. And guess what? Emily is actually, I believe, on pace to probably take on Corey Allen. Corey Allen right there ahead by a couple tenths. So Corey was able to get the undercut, actually.
Yeah,
Or the
that
overcut.
seemed to work pretty well. He does take the advantage, and again, I think Corey. I don't think it mattered when he pit, whether he took the undercut or the
Oh,
overcut.
weird. My
What
slip's not
mattered is that
flashing.
he cycled out into clean traffic because on his own when he's got nobody ahead of him. I think he is a little bit faster than Emily, and that was shown by the fact that he reeled them in, and
I'm
then
coming into
once
my
he
pit
got to the
stall,
back of
whoever
the
just
car, it
pulled out of
just
there.
stalled out. The pace was gone,
Car
and
number
oh no,
799 is
big
now in the
break
lead.
for Corey Allen. That is not what you want to see. For a minute, I
Oh,
thought he
can I
got
not-
DQ'd there or sent out due to connection, but thankfully he's back in the session. I think he's got the speed, and he just needed to cycle out clean, as I was saying,
Did I not get
and he
tires
did. So he's
or
got
fuel?
the overall
I didn't get
GT3
fuel, no.
lead, and he's got open road ahead of him, but Emily's not going to let him get away with it. I mean, they're still right there.
Oh, okay.
Keep the battle going down the main
Did I
straight.
take tires,
This is going to
sir?
go on for the final 20-ish minutes of this race here. Wineland's now been into the pits, going through. Of course,
Traffic on
Gordon
exit,
has
watch out,
towed and is
there's a
still
wreck
in
in,
the pits,
turn
getting
one.
damage
It looks like
repaired. Dwight
Garrett.
Hibbs has been in the pits for an extended period.
Slower cars ahead.
Andre Wedderburn and Lamar Pools are both out of this race.
This
So
was
that's
like
technically our only two
good
DNFs here
tires.
on the night, as we still have several cars left to pit. Aiden Garcia, Bob Carey still need to pit in GTP, and then in GT3.
I don't know if
it's
I took
Brian
tires.
Ederle and Tyler Stanek in
So,
the pros, and
how
Kyle
many
O'Grady
come back in?
and Seth Bosselman in the AMs, as Chiapuzzo will currently be the next car to come out of the pits, as Ethan Murphy and Chiapuzzo will swap positions here going around as they
On my day.
battle through,
You know?
and well, that goes to show you the
That's okay.
difference in
Ooh, there goes
their
Gordon.
Chiapuzzo,
You know what that means?
trying to get past Ethan Murphy, and
That's
Ethan
a
Murphy
position.
doing a good job of just getting
12.
ahead.
I think it might
Now
be
needs to
40.
stay ahead on those fresh tires, which in a GT3
And you
is
know what
much
that also
easier to
means?
do than in a prototype
You know what
car.
that means? Fish.
Fish.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little
Yeah,
bit
no, these
easier,
are
but, not
these are old
always
tires.
the case. O'Grady into the pits. Kyle on that number 8 is going to get that car serviced. See where he can
Left
cycle
side.
out as
Clear left.
only 23 minutes remain. Only a few holdouts remain. For the most part, everybody has pitted. Aiden Garcia has not come down pit road, though. He inherited the lead, and he's not looked
Okay,
back.
one red here.
We'll see how much of a time differential there will be once he does take that stop. Seth Bosselman involved in quite the battle earlier tonight. He's going to come down pit road at 143. Jack stand goes up, and those are Goodyear tires, Corey or Brad. I almost called you Corey again, but those are Goodyear tires, so at least it looks like it. Or are
Alright,
those,
box in 5,
what are those?
4,
Really?
We had
know
this debate
what?
last week. We decided they were probably Michelin's, but
box here.
those don't look like Michelin logos to me.
Those are P0s, so those are Pirellis.
Pirellis. Okay.
What?
So
Hold
they
on,
got Pirellis
pause.
up there.
I'm now beyond confused. Okay, well, I thought slow-mo would give that to me, but it won't as we cut back to live pictures. But no, technically those should be Michelin's, really, is what they should be. But
Go, go, go!
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody's going to correct me somewhere on what tires are on these cars.
I'll correct
but
Brad.
yeah, that said Pirelli P0. I'm officially confused. Is Metterly is there?
Traffic
Yeah,
behind, be
that's
careful here.
Pirelli P0, plain as day.
All right, so we've got Pirellis. Makes sense to me. The debate is settled from last week. We were wrong. It is not Michelin's, but
Catching a slower car here.
he's going to get 4 fresh Pirellis on
Oh,
that number
these
46 machine, and away he will go.
These are for sure new tires. We did not have new
Just
tires.
a few cars left. Again, Aiden Garcia really stretching this thing out. He does not want to come down pit road.
Never mind,
He's
we did.
enjoying the lead that he has. And Eric Wineland
Left side.
has been
Clear
drinking
left.
some wine, getting that locked up a little bit too deep into the corner, giving up some time, but able to keep it on the blacktop overall and make a bit of a recovery here.
That was unfortunate.
Got some GT3s to deal with, but overall not a bad situation.
Yeah,
he finds
looking forward to
himself
that, man.
in, currently sitting P4.
You know, that's the one nice thing about Turn 1. Turn 1 is very weird, but you do kind of get the benefit of that little bit of runoff. But I tell you what, Emily would have been very mad in that situation because, of course, Emily's still battling it out with Corey. And for Emily, car behind, just, you know, GTP's coming through and they lock up the brakes, and then you have to react to that, and then that opens up the door to Corey Allen. So not going to be ideal there going through, but we'll continue and keep this battle going as you see Dwight
some slow
Hibbs there in
cars
the
racing up
background
ahead.
back out. Running about 5 laps down right now
That's
to
me.
Andrew Parker, is about 8 laps down to Matt Toppin, who is in P8 in class. 8 laps down to Matt Toppin, who's P7 in class, as it's actually Colin Bourdon who is P8 class there. Colin Bourdon currently
P8.
still sitting in the pits and has been for about 7 minutes as they go through. Still have Tyler Stanek, Matt Toppin, and Aiden Garcia left to pit here. 20 minutes left to go in this race, and I think the race leader heard me talk and said, you know what, yeah, this is the time I got to pit in. 4 tires, fuel. I've gotten this GTP as far as it can go here on the limited fuel set. We'll bring it through, and we'll get the pit stop done here as Corey Allen and Emily Milke continue to battle it out here, and 19 minutes left to go. The majority of your pit stops done. We're going to step aside for just a moment as we do, and I think there's nothing more appropriate to do, honestly, at this point than allow you to enjoy the McLaren as we go for some temporarily loud engines here on PTR TV. We'll be right back.
Antonio, car number 13, is now leading.
All right, you're clear. How much are you going to call me Corey tonight? That's like the 5th time.
I'm extremely tired.
No, you're good, dude.
I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, I can tell. I thought it was funny at that point. Like, because you put it in the Discord chat, and I caught it, and I was like, oh, okay, like, that's fine, man. And then
I think it's
I was like, ish happens. So I was like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I am fucking tired.
Are you still good to play PGA, or are you going to want to jump off?
Oh, I ain't gonna fall asleep. I'm just fucking out of it. That's all.
Rip dirt.
I'll play PGA. I get better at golf games when I'm either really tired or drunk, so.
There's a wreck in
Aiden.
7. It looks like Aiden.
Up up. Yep.
Car 13 is now leading.
Who's 13? Pasta. I was like, why is my black box open? Well, I guess I'll check.
Corey Allen telling Aiden Garcia to get a freaking move on.
There's a slow car in front of you.
That random McLaren engine is from Brad's stream.
All right, I'm gonna give it probably about half a lap more, and then I'm gonna do like just a recap of biggest winners. Most positions gained, most positions lost.
On your left. Clear left.
Had I'm not driving a McLaren, I would have been like, what the fuck is happening?
I hate this track, for the record.
Yeah, I never really liked this track. It's...
Oh. Yeah. It just sucks, honestly.
There's an incident in 4. It looks
they
like
put in announcements that starting next season, they're going to follow the IMSA official series.
Yep.
So they'll follow the IMSA playlist in iRacing.
Gotcha.
Paul said that.
Which hopefully will mean it's more fun. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was a whole lot, Brad.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed your time with some temporarily loud engines. Now that the engine sounds are there and the appropriate level of loudness, like they may or may not have been when the green flag dropped. As we go through, we continue along here. It's myself, Brad, joined by Andre, as
Bob
always,
or Corey
here for this round of Elbows Out, round number 10 of their 12 round season. We're on board with Emily Milke, who is currently leading the GT3 EM category. And yes, we rode on board with the GT3 Pro category leader, Corey Allen, who is right there in front of you. So this battle has continued to rage on through the day, and they're pretty
M's
well
in the AM class?
stuck where they're
There's
at.
15
Lots of
minutes left.
gains, lots of winners and losers throughout this race, and some of our biggest positions gained. I got to say, Paul Nye, the donut guy, imagine.
Hey, we're only plus
up 8
one, baby.
places here
Let's
on
go.
The day
Plus
and
one
is
still.
continuing
Means
to
we're
find
green.
positions as he goes through, but he's got Brian Metterly for some close company there in third, trying to gain second, gap half a second, and we'll continue to compress. And then I do also want to give a shout out to Tyler Stanek, who's right behind them, who's up 5 places. Biggest loser of the day,
Slow car
I
out front.
kind of hate to say it, but it's Callan Tobin in the Mustang, who had a black flag there for some lawn care in the Mustang, who turns 1, 2, 3, cut the course,
That's a big slowdown.
and dropped 6 positions as a result, was battling it up for the podium places, is now kind of just stationary here as we go through. And Andre, with
Gap
about
54,
15
behind
minutes
is
left to
now
go, this is the point where
6.5
drivers
laps
really
ahead.
need to be, you know, kind of getting the proverbial and literal elbows out and pushing it to the end of this race.
D8.
Yeah, it's definitely go time. 13 minutes remaining, but problem is, for some of these divisions, where do you go, Brad? I mean, Eric Mack, currently P2 in GTP. 20 seconds is the difference. I mean, yeah, you want to push, you want to quick laps, but you're not going to make that time up. You could be a second faster per lap at this point,
Right side.
and you're not
Stay
going
right.
to make that time up before the end of the race. So really, you just kind of have to hope that something happens to the leader and be consistent while you wait. And I mean, the same thing could be said about the amateur division. Nathan Hemperly, P2, he's having a good race.
You got a slower
He's
car
actually
ahead.
involved in a battle with Parker Chiapuzio back there for P2, but Emily is 30 seconds up the road. So, I mean, that's about
I have a feeling M's
quarter
going to
of
get
a
bumped
lap
up to
for them,
pro.
which is just
But the
absolutely
Porsche's also
obscene.
really
It's a
good
huge
here.
lead. And the closest division right now is Corey Allen, Paul Nye, 1 and 2 for the GT3 Pros. Still a 6-second difference, which is not insignificant. It's go time, but a lot of these guys don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that's kind of interesting because, like, track position is one of those things that is really important, and it goes to show, though, that sometimes if you don't qualify well from the jump, you just have a bad day to begin with. Now, qualifying, I don't think was as important today, as you said, but the drivers, again, they kind of
P6
surprised me.
has
They
gone
got
off
from turn
in
1 a
turn
lot
4.
cleaner than I was expecting as they went through. So I wasn't expecting turn 1 to kind of go as uneventful as it did, as Tyler Stanek, Brian Metterly here battling it out, and Stanek able to get ahead, now up into the podium places of
On your left.
GT3 Pro,
Clear
a place
left.
that it doesn't surprise me to see that red chromed out Mustang as they continue along here, now trying to chase down Paul Nye Sr. Gaps 3/4 of a second as your race leader there, Antonio Costa, is trying to lap through the field and continue along the field here. Antonio, for the next 11 minutes, really can afford to be patient like this and sit behind the GT3s that sometimes are faster through corners, but it's the straightaway where you can pull out pace like this. And I mean, just look at this, just meow, see you later. But the thing is, he can afford, if he gets stuck behind a GT3, to stay behind a GT3 for a corner or two. It's not a big deal because he's got that much of a gap.
Yeah, I mean, he can just take his time. Eric Mack, I think, is
got a slow
gaining
car up here.
a little bit here and there, but it doesn't really matter that much because Costa is probably in coasting mode as he was last week. I mean, just a
Antonio
huge
Costa,
lead for that 13
Lamau.
last week. A huge lead
I think
again, and actually, I was wrong.
Brad or Andre
He is
said
not
that
gaining.
on the
Eric Mack
broadcast.
is actually continually losing
I think it was
time.
Andre.
He lost a second on lap 34. He lost half a second, lap 35, and then another second on 36. So it is definitely not looking too good for the 19, although
Car
still a
left,
good
clear
point
left.
safety too. Now this battle right here, Tyler Stanek, Paul Nye, these two have seen each other a few times this season, and it
Slow
looks
car
like the
ahead. That's a
Mustang
position if we can get it.
of Stanek is going to take that position back.
Fuck you mean some position,
Paul Nye
bro?
down to third place.
Our day's ruined, Jerry.
Paul's not going to let it happen laying down. He's going to get back to the inside. It's going to be outside to inside here through the hairpin. Hit on the throttle hard, able to keep it side by side, but unfortunately going to have to give that position up. Didn't quite get the run he needed. Out of the straightaway, Sinek P2 with 7 seconds going to be the difference between him and Corey Allen. See if he can maybe reel him in a little bit before the end of this thing, but I think he's going to have a hard time because I don't think Niall's going to let him get away with it. These guys, this battle's not done.
Oh, not at all. And the big thing with
On your
this
left,
is
clear
we've
left.
got 9 minutes 50 seconds to just let this battle keep going, which we both know it definitely will as they continue along here. But you can see there that Tyler Stanek is able to really get power in that Mustang, straighten out the chicane there, and then just keep the all-important muscle in the Mustang, keep it moving and grooving here. And that introduces problems for Paul Nye, where you now have the very, very fast Brian Metterly back behind, who will continue to be very close and competitive and keep the pressure on as they go along and through. And you know, you just have to keep that in mind all the way through this race that can happen. And again, I think that's Michelin's on the Corvette. I'm gonna keep going back to that, but that looks like Michelin on that car. We'll see if it gets stationary again. But I can't believe there's Pirelli. I think it depends on if it's an IMSA car or if it's technically under the WEC spec here in iRacing. But that, you know what, that's a podcast topic. And as Corey likes to say, that's a podcast topic. Of
It's
which
a
this
manufacturer.
specifically is not. But just know that there will be a podcast one day where I will have a tangent about that. Check it back here in the back. Parker Chiapuzzo is trying to put on some pressure to Nathan Hemperly as Nathan Hemperly is trying to catch Ethan Murphy. Now, this is the battle for P15 overall, but if you're Hemperly and Chiapuzzo, this is the battle for P2 in AM. So they really want to try to keep this together and keep it moving and grooving as they go. And they're just spread out enough
Tires
here
are,
that I don't know if
manufacturer
anything's gonna come up with
preference
them,
tires.
but it's good to keep your eye on that battle as they go through.
Yeah, definitely something to keep in your back pocket. Keep an eye on them and see how it shakes out. 8 minutes going to be remaining. Nathan Hemperly, 32 seconds behind Emily, who continues to pull away. It was 30 seconds last time we checked. He's gone down 2 more in the time since. And I do know there has been some talks amongst the admins about getting Emily moved up to the pro division at some point there, as they are among the class of the field as far as any GT3s. No matter the
I'll be honest, I thought she was pro already.
There, but Paul Nye losing some time just to neck now. To neck about a second the advantage, and that was somebody going off the track in a GT3. Blue and yellow machine was off into the grass.
Yellow?
I believe that was Kyle. No, I think it was Kyle.
Oh, Kyle.
Last name is eluding me. The amateur division.
Kyle O'Grady?
Yeah, I think Kyle O'Grady might have got off the track there. If I saw what I think I saw. I could be wrong, but there's a blue car for sure. There's only so many of those.
Blue, mother, you said yellow.
That shade of blue. Either way, back with Paul Nye. 1.3 seconds the difference now, so Stanek definitely pulling away. And actually, Stanek is reeling in Corey Allen for the race lead, little by little, but I don't think it's quite going to be enough time.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be enough time here as Paul Nye has to space out for Bob Gary there, who is right near with Eric Mack, but that's a lap difference between those two GTPs as they battle. He's still coming through here as Brian Metterly is putting in the pressure on Paul Nye, lay donut guy as it continues. So really that battle has dropped out from including Tyler Stanek as that's gone through. So you just kind of keep your eyes on that battle for third now in GT3 Pro. In GT3 AM, I mean, there are some good battles coming through as well to keep your eye on. And same in GTP.
Well, this will be a good accurate track.
5 seconds separating Eric Wineland and Eric Mack.
The actor is very pointy.
Incoming.
Nice to turn in.
Through and continue that run. Parker Chiapuzzo still trying to chase down Nathan Hemperly. Gap separated by 0.6 of a second there as they come through and continue to battle it out here for second place as they are letting GTP traffic navigate them and go through and around. We've had 3 DNFs this race. Colin Bourdon, Andre Wedderburn, and Lamarck Pools. Your 3 DNFs. 2 of those
Clear left.
here in your AM category. One of them is a GTP of Colin Bourdon, who unfortunately was involved in several incidents throughout the day. Back up front here, Brian Metterly still trying to put some pressure in. I really don't know where to put the camera at this point because there's so many good battles to keep an eye on with them
5 minutes
as
left.
they go. So I sort of almost feel like I have to jump this camera back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, the GT3s
Left side.
are giving us a few things
Clear
to
left.
keep an eye
Left
on.
side. Clear
Battles
left.
all throughout the field for both divisions. Right now, Brian Metterly doing what he can to hold on or try to run down Paul Nye, who's holding on to third. And Paul Nye, to quote Corey, who may or may not be watching, he's in Alicia Keys mode, Brad. Paul Nye was really looking good. Now he is just falling.
Yeah, if we look at the last 3 laps here for Paul Nye, that's what's really interesting to see. I mean, look at that. 125.51, 126.4, 125.56. So
Brad is
Paul
leaning
Nye
into his
just
mic.
really losing time here, which is interesting considering that Paul was battling really hard with Tyler earlier on. I got to wonder if that's a case of endurance that's dropping out, if that's a case of just the tires are not there, which is interesting considering that Paul Nye is on lap 15 of his tires. So that is a theory because Tyler Stanek is only on lap 10 for Tyler's
4 more
tires.
minutes,
So it definitely is
probably
possible.
3 laps.
Paul Nye was one of the earliest to pit in, but you know, we just kind of keep eyes on it as we look at the fastest lap to his current lap of 125.0, and current lap is looking on pace to be about a 126.3. So, you know, still losing time for Paul Nye, but keeping Metterly just behind, which is really all he has to do at this point to try to hold on to a podium finish.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Metterly is definitely breathing down his neck, making his presence known, but only 3 minutes remaining. That's going to be about 2 laps for these guys. So this lap and the next, if he can really nail him and hit his marks, he should be all right. Have to wait and see. Eric Mack continuing to lose time to Costa, 27 seconds now the gap. So just not quite on pace there, but it's been a good run. Eric Mack has, you know, he's had some unfortunate races lately. I believe he was absent last week, so
Correct.
getting back behind the wheel and running second
That lap
place
was
is
a
definitely nothing to
119.9.
hang your head about. It's a good run,
You're
good
catching a
point
couple slower
stay.
cars here. There's an accident in.
It's hard to
4.
think about
Looks
that
like
if you're
it's
behind the wheel when you
Matt.
know the leader is, you know, 30 seconds
Hoppin'?
up the road. Although sector 3, really Costa was faster
Or
there. but
Santori.
Eric Mack seeming to gain a little bit the last lap, 117.9 to a 118.2. So we're getting this place figured out. Just a
On
little
your
bit
left.
too late.
Clear left.
Rick Wineland.
To be
Oh
topping.
boy, that is going to be Bechtel. Getting a little bit squirrely there on the brakes and off into the grass, but
minutes
he's
left.
going to get it gathered back up onto the pavement. He'll be all right there in 5th. Big gap back to, well, I'm going to say big gap, but that big gap has disappeared now, only 2 seconds, thanks to that spin there.
Coming up near the end of this race here, 1:45 left to go, and you know the one thing with elbows out, and this is
There's a
I think
wreck
this
in
is maybe just
turn
a
14.
me issue here, is that sometimes it feels like we don't get enough racing. As Emily has had a major issue here.
Uh-oh.
Emily's spinning through. Let's go get a quick replay of what just happened, because that has cost Emily that big battle up in
On your
the
left.
front.
Clear left.
Emily, no.
Here's your replay. So this is Emily coming through, and what was happening there? Well, it was the battle that was going, and then just a hard wiggle there out of the final corner. That final corner apparently is
Ooh,
much
Porsche
trickier
moment.
than I thought.
It's not a Porsche moment. It's
It
an
is.
Indy Road
That
moment.
banking transition, it really gets you, because not only is it a banking transition, but you're
Get a slow
going
car up
from a regular blacktop to diamond groove tracks. So
That's true.
It's not very easy, but they were sideways before they even ever got to the oval portion. And again, you're right, Brad. It's a tough part of the track, and we've seen a couple incidents there so far tonight. I would say that's probably my third least favorite corner. My least favorite being turn 1. My next least favorite being the fast chicane, and then that section
Bro, fast
there.
chicane's great.
Zachary Nerney, who voluntarily stepped down to the GT3s, or maybe we should call him Zachary Larson. In that paint scheme, he is running in the top 5 of the pro division. Little ways behind Metterly, but you got to give him credit, Brad, for not driving a GT3 in a while. He's been running the GTP. That's what he's used to. This is a big switch up, and it's not an easy track to make the switch, right? This place is
Left
tough
side,
enough when you're
clear
driving
left.
a car that you know inside and out, but brand new piece of equipment on a tough track, he's still running top 5. Not a bad night for Mr. Nerney.
Not at all, as we get the
Got a group of
finish
slow
here.
cars racing up ahead.
Antonio Costa wins out here for the Indy 60 here with Elbows Out Racing League. That checkered flag came out at a very particular time. Not usually where that tends to come out as it goes through, and just happened to catch him. Perfect timing around the final corner. I mean, you can't really say anything about Antonio Costa other than a 30-second lead when it was all said and done. Corey Allen has the lead by 3 seconds there with Emily Spin dropping Emily back, but Emily's still leading by a considerable margin over Nathan Himperly, a lap actually showing as the gap there. Zach Larson, as we are now going to dub him, said that he switched because he's doing more officials in the GT3, so he's going to have more practice and feels he'll be more competitive. And he messaged me that while he's racing, so I mean that's got to be considered that he is racing and texting. So maybe he did a good job there as he goes through. Corey Allen will cross the line here to win in the GT3 Pro category here with the iRacing 60 and Elbows Out. And Emily Milke, even with that absolutely obliterated front end of the Porsche, has a considerable margin for the lead. Nathan Himperly just crossed the line. Emily will be next to cross the line there with Zach Larson behind. And Emily wins the GT3 AM category, coming across the line as we wait for the remainder of our drivers to finish out this race.
Great job. You did really well.
Yeah, we'll be waiting a little while. Again, big separation here at Indianapolis, but
not our race today.
Well, it was kind of what I expected. For once in this league's history, Brad, this race was exactly what I expected.
All right, see you, boys. Oh, it wasn't great. We're at Zandvoort next week. You can stop before I get fucking banned on YouTube. We're at Zandvoort. Should be a little better. Zandvoort. It'll be a dry session, so it'll be fun. Okay. Bye-bye.